Hey fam, welcome to Healthy Hump Day. Today I want to share with you 10 things you can eliminate for weight loss. So before we begin the video, I want to clarify my views on weight loss. I think that weight loss, in order to just lose weight or look a particular way or get skinny, is unhealthy. I'm not a fan of cutting calories, starving the body, or doing anything that's completely unhealthy for the body in order to lose weight. What I do believe is that healthy bodies typically will reach their ideal weight on their own if you focus on health first. So weight loss becomes a secondary side effect of treating your body healthy and right. And the result of that's gonna look different for everybody depending on genetics, lifestyle, and many other variables and factors. So here are 10 things you can eliminate that focus on health and result in healthy weight loss. The first thing is refined sugar. Refined sugar is something that's really sweet and really easy to get addicted and hooked onto. We love the experience of it. I still have very fond feelings of refined sugar. But an excess of refined sugar, which is a high tendency now with it being in so many of our foods, especially fast foods, restaurant foods, and processed foods, it's really easy for the body to become dependent on this energy and in fact get too much. And what it does with too much energy is it stores it, and it stores it in fat cells. So staying away from refined sugars and eating healthy sugars is a better way to get that same energy and have healthy benefits of increasing your vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants as well. The second thing on my list is fried foods. We all know that fried foods are not good for us and that they add to our weight, but did you know that it increases cholesterol because the chemical compounds of the food are actually much harder to digest, meaning they clog the system. So it clogs the system and it keeps things from working really good, like metabolism and digestion, and it also stores a lot of that excess stuff that we don't need. So let's get rid of the fried foods and feel better and lose weight while we're at it. Number 3 on my list is drinking alcohol. This is a common thing that we like to do to socialize, and it's fun and it feels great, but it's really not good for the body. You guys heard me mention it last week. It's something that I don't like taking on because it doesn't really add much value compared to the deficit and the things that it takes away: money, time, how it feels good, there's hangovers, and now we're gaining weight on top of it. The next on my list is processed foods and snacks. Even though processed foods and snacks can come out healthier or there are healthier options, just making the processed foods and mixing it all together is really hard on the system. Kind of like the fried foods in a lower level, it slows the metabolism down, it slows the digestion down, and it gives the body a lot to process in its system. We really like fresh and whole foods as much as possible. There is nothing like a home-cooked meal. The next thing on my list is caffeinated drinks. Caffeinated drinks typically come with all kinds of bad habits like mixing sugar or high-fat foods or high-fat add-ins, and we tend to get addicted. Caffeinated drinks also alter our hormonal state and our ability to recognize our body's energy depletion. So caffeine feels really good, and once in a while, in case of an emergency, it's not a bad idea to use it, but to depend on it every single day is really not good for our system, our metabolism, and our goal to get healthy and lose weight. Next on my list are food items on your grocery list or on the menu that don't add any nutritional value at all. These are foods that you get simply because they taste good. And that might be hard to imagine, but there are many amazing alternatives that are healthier, things that you can make at home. And once you get your body off the hook or not addicted to these particular tastes and momentary highs that these food results in, but your taste buds actually begin to alter. They begin to refine and actually taste what feels good or what tastes good in healthy food. Your taste buds are no longer numbed down by these artificial or super high sugary flavors and spices, and it begins to be able to adjust and say, hey, a carrot or a celery actually tastes good. I'm craving that. The next thing on my list is high fat, red meats. Here in the USA, we call it red meats if they're high fat. They don't necessarily have to be red, not sure why that is, but basically high fat meats carry a lot of toxicity. They carry a lot of excess that we don't need, and we end up storing a lot of it. Plus, eating a lot of it or most of it is not good because lots of the meat that we have around here is not processed well. They're not quality, and there's a lot of like just bad juju that goes with that. So if you are going to eat meat, I always say eat light meats. Make sure you know where it's coming from. Make sure that the meat has been treated well as it's being raised and it's processed, and do as minimal as possible. Our bodies really like being on a vegetable-based diet. We process these foods a lot more efficiently. There are lots of natural enzymes, antioxidants, minerals, and nutrients that contribute to our health, and eating that way really boosts the metabolism and allows us to lose weight as a side bonus. Number 8 on my list is a little bit different. It is grain, but I'm not saying stay away from grain. All I'm saying is utilize the energy that grain provides accordingly. I eat lots of grain. In order to offset that, I have to move a lot because grain provides a lot of energy, and that energy gets released kind of over time, which is why it's a great way to balance your blood sugars. But prior to having to address the imbalance of blood sugars or the lack of cortisol in my body, I used to minimize when I ate grain to either an hour before or an hour after lots of an intense activity. So whether I'm working out or going swimming or surfing or I'm hiking, those are the times that I really pound in the grain. And outside of grain, I really liked to fall on quinoa because even though it tastes like a grain, it feels like a grain, and nutritionally it's very similar to brown rice, the body treats it like the seed that it is. So it has a lot of the qualities and same feelings of rice without the excess overstuffing, overstoring type things that rice has a tendency to do to our bodies. The next thing on my list is eliminate skipping water or hydration. Drinking lots of water is not only going to cleanse the toxins and clear out the system, which really helps the digestion and the metabolism of our body, it's also going to keep our body from wanting to cling on tightly to all the things inside. So hydrating might make you feel bloated to begin with, but once your body gets used to it and recalibrates, you start going to the bathroom normally instead of every 5 minutes, and you start feeling really, really good. You will also start to feel like you get mild headaches or your body feels kind of or sluggish without it, and it's finally telling you, hey, that water feels good. Drink lots of it because it's really, really good for you. The last thing on my list is skipping bedtimes or adequate rest. Most of us are not resting enough. And when we don't rest enough, we don't give our body the proper time to metabolize, to digest, and get everything sorted in order. So really, when it comes to natural weight loss and focusing on health, you really want to make sure that you are keeping your body in peak condition or in a restorative, growing state rather than a constant stressed or depleted state. When your body is stressed, you do release more cortisol, which cortisol tends to store fat. And it doesn't just store fat. Cortisol is responsible for moving nutrients and minerals into the cells, and it could be into fat storage. We hear all these things like cortisol stores fat and cortisol is a stress hormone, and yes, some of these things are true, but it is not the whole picture. Ultimately, what you're looking to do is reduce the amount of stress, keep your body in balance, because when your hormones are off, then they're not functioning properly, things are out of balance, and it makes it really hard for your body to achieve health, which results in natural weight loss. So this is my list of things that have allowed me to be healthy and naturally lose weight. If there are things that you have found that have helped you achieve health and lose weight, I'd love to know. Stick it in the comments below and let me know that you like this video by clicking the thumbs up button down there. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for participating and checking it out. I love to bring you information on how to level up your reality through simplifying and identifying what adds value in the external and internal environment within our spaces. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you back here on Friday. Remember to be good, be great, be grateful. Thank you guys.